Hail, heroes! welcome to Paragon City Games live Monday Standard stream. We are pumped and ready to go. I'm your host, Patty B. MTG, joined by the lovely Kyra Folsom. Let's see.
Let's get this here.
Oh, yeah.
Or not that one. Yeah, this one.
This one. Oh, yeah, we do need to start Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love all the streams.
We do. And we're getting started right up today.
So, yeah, this is the last week of Old Standard.
Right. Rotation happens on Friday, and I don't believe we have another event until Friday. So for Standard. So we have just enough people to fire off our last Standard event before rotation. So
awesome. So here, lame. Should have probably put these people's names in here.
We'll get there.
Seems right. So, who are we looking at? This looks like, I think this is Nathan on this side. He is playing against Spencer. Nathan has been on Just Guy, or just God Pharaoh's Gift.
Yeah.
And Mr. Spencer is notorious for playing Grixis Control. Or Bolus. Control.
Bolus.
Ooh. Oh, that is right there. That looks so nice. I don't know if you... Oh, this wasn't here last Monday Standard stream.
No.
So this is the first time they've seen the new overlay.
Yes.
Let us know what you guys think.
Here, we can do a couple little switch-ups.
Okay. Show me something cool.
Some things that I probably should have done. Because we're learning things.
Oh, yeah. Always learning. Lila Zan...
Listen, B. Thank you for the follow. Look at that. We got people in already.
Ah, sweet. Well, let's take a look here.
Getting started off quick.
Let's see. So Nate has a God Pharaoh's Gift, some lands. I'm not sure what else. Looks like a combustible gear hulk, a strategic planning. Interesting. So he might have gone back to the blue-white. Okay. Because generally the blue-red deck doesn't play strategic planning.
Or planes, for that matter.
Or planes, yeah.
For sure.
Interesting. He might have gotten blown out by Cathartic Reunion one too many times.
One too many. Yeah, maybe. I do think it's a little stronger, but you know, you get all the little white guys in there too. Well, there we go.
Yeah. With there's a lot of control at the shop. And so even just like a sensor on 2 when you're trying to Cathartic, like you don't mind discarding the cards. It's part of like what you're wanting to do. Right. But if you don't get to draw those 3, like it just kind of feels bad, man. But I don't see any blue mana. I see a bunch of planes.
Alright, Spencer will keep his 6.
That's good. Fumarole. Looks like a magma spray.
Red-black land.
Red-black land, yeah. He's got his colors. He's all set up, ready to go.
Alright, and he gets to start off with the planes. Pass back. Finds an island. And, you know, Magma Spray is a great card to keep in this opener.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what it's targeting. The fact is you're going to kill something, and it's not going to stay in the graveyard.
Exactly.
That really matters with this God Pharaoh's Gift deck.
Yeah, the less you can keep out of the graveyard, the better. Spencer also has an Essence Scatter at the ready.
So this is a hostile desert, isn't it?
I'm pumped rotation. Not so excited about the prospect of getting stumped by Nyasaurs. I think that's what Kyra's planning on playing.
I'm not sure. Like, the part of me wants to build kind of a tempo deck, and part of me is like, yeah, the Nyasaurs deck. It's very possible that it's just a red-green deck, though. I don't think white actually adds that much to the deck.
You could probably splash a couple Sun Petal Gardens.
Sun Petal
maybe.
Grove.
Or Grove, yeah. Temple Garden, Sun Petal Grove.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, strategic planning. We're going to try to put some things in the graveyard.
So that resolves. We see another planning, a Prairie Stream, and a Champion of Wits.
I do think that the dinosaur deck will be strong. Like, it's pushed, right? Like, it is definitely going to be powerful. The question is how is it going to be built? Looking at it, I feel like there's plenty in red and green to build the deck. But, I don't know, I could see a white splash, maybe for like a little bit of removal, and maybe a big old Gishath.
Yeah, Gishath, or maybe even some sideboard cards.
Yeah, probably
like
some sideboard cards.
The white dinosaurs are the ones that are more controlling. They have other different effects, like that. But Regisaur Alpha is a busted Magic card.
Yes.
And it'll probably see a ton of play.
I'd imagine so.
But one thing you did say earlier that was really interesting was you don't think that Carnage Tyrant will see play if there's too much play if there's a dinosaur deck.
It's a small speculation. Obviously I don't know what's going to happen, but I can honestly say that if dinosaur decks are just everywhere and the format gets taken over by the deck, then I think that Carnage Tyrant isn't going to be all that great. Because really what the card's good at doing is being untargetable and not being, countered. So control decks are going to have a really hard time with this card. But if control's not big in the format, then do you really have that much reason to run just a big old body for 6 mana?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather be casting something that has a little more longevity, like a Planeswalker, something like that?
Yeah. Wally looks... I think she's going to be awesome.
I think so, too.
So, Spencer... So, what's been going on? Spencer glimmered, and then Nate tried to play a Sunscorched champion and a Minister of Inquiries. And Spencer had the Essence Scatter for the champion and that Magma Spray we saw earlier to take care of the Minister.
Yeah, he's looking at two Torrential Gearhulks, so I think that at this point he's actually trying to cast this on the next turn and start swinging.
He doesn't need to hit another land, though?
I believe he has one in hand. That's why he played the tapped one this turn. Maybe he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't. He has a...
Now, can you kill the champion with the trigger on the stack?
Yes.
I guess it will just check its last known power toughness.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say that the power and toughness doesn't exist. I don't know the ruling on that.
Let me pull up Gatherer, because that's something I haven't come across. I know you can, with Tim on the blue-white approach deck, he has had lines where, I'll shrink your guy so that if you want to draw, you'll just have to discard. But
yeah, Yodel Muppet. I'm definitely excited about the rotation. I have to admit I've been psyched to see Battle for Zendikar go for a while.
Yeah.
I was just so done with Eldrazi. Even before they printed them for the second time, I was going, oh, thank goodness they're finally leaving.
Yeah, I saw your huge stack of... He was clearing out his binder today, and it's just a huge stack of, Battle for Zendikar, Shadows of Innistrad rares. So yeah, it looks like he does a main phase Glimmer to hit that land drop. So now he's got Torrential Gearhulks lined up and ready to go. Yeah, okay, yeah, it does say it uses its last known power.
Okay.
So. Champion. Is he trying to hit another land to play that Refurbish that he has in his hand? I guess he hadn't discarded his Godpharaoh's Gift quite yet.
Yeah, so Godpharaoh's Gift's in the graveyard, and we're gonna have a Refurbish to try to get this into play. And this is gonna happen right now.
Oh, for sure. Now, does he have...
And a Braid.
He's got a Braid, so yeah, that's pretty good. Does play right into Censor. But Spencer has the answer for it. He's like, yeah, sure. Let me reread this card. We will too.
Sure.
Those who don't know,
Okay, one just to go.
That's right. Got one more step here. And then this one, and that.
And you can go off studio.
So, we got God Pharaoh's Gift. Beginning of your combat, on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, you create a token. It's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste.
Yeah, and this is what's so strong about Abrade, is that you have most effects that are going to bring this God Pharaoh's Gift into play from the graveyard, or that's going to play it from your hand. You have to shift through a phase to be able to get this to matter, and any destroy artifact effect that's going to be an instant will take care of it. So Abrade is just really, really good against this type of.
Oh yeah.
And we happen to know that Spencer's sitting on a Hour of Devastation. This is I imagine 3 creatures is enough for him to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I don't even know if he. I guess you just Gearhulk Glimmer, block 1. Because even 2 is probably good. Yeah, he's gonna Glimmer. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I think Glimmer's wise. I mean, he already has another Gearhulk, right? With the Abrade in the graveyard, we're not too scared of another God Pharaoh's Gift. So, yeah.
So, Wikilink is wondering if God Pharaoh is even going to be a viable deck in Ixalan with all the graveyard hate. It depends on what kind of graveyard hate they play. Like, there's a lot of options, but
the thing is there is a lot of graveyard hate, but if this deck is under the radar, then people aren't going to play it.
Yeah.
So I imagine that this will be the kind of deck that shifts into the format and then comes back out of the format once people address it. And then like depending on your meta, you can continue to just like play it here and then not play it anymore. It depends on if people are going to hate you out or not.
Sure.
This deck, like saying it's not viable would kind of be silly because it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the graveyard hate matters. A lot of single graveyard hate. I don't think it's going to do a lot to this deck. So when I say single graveyard hate, I'm talking the new green dinosaur that like when it comes into play you exile 1 card. Like 1 card's not quite gonna cut it. But a card like the new 1-drop tracker, which like you explore and you exile 2 cards from an opponent's graveyard and you get to choose those cards. That card is going to wreck a deck like this. Absolutely destroy it. And this deck doesn't play with removal to deal with that 1-drop. So they just got to keep exploring and keep exiling cards out of your graveyard. That's a bad thing for a deck like this.
So he didn't go with the Hour of Devastation. He went to just hold up the Gearhulk.
Yep.
Which ended up being wise, showing that he doesn't need to attack. There's no Spencer's under no pressure to kill Nathan.
Right. And now he's got 2 Gearhulks facing down, a couple small creatures, and really this, and with a Magma Spray, that's going to make things really easy to wrap this game up.
Yeah. I don't even think you're going to Hour of Devastation now. Like,
no,
you're just going to punch.
Yeah, I think he just wants to hold up these Supreme Wills and
just move on to game 2. But yeah, thanks, Yoda Muppet. I think we did get Comcast, so I think we upped our internet connection.
Oh
like,
yeah,
our signal.
We did upgrade. Everything should be running much cleaner now. I'm glad you noticed though. Thanks for the feedback.
We really appreciate that.
Right, because we obviously we hadn't asked yet. So
yeah,
we are doing everything we can to try to make this stream better. Slowly but surely, it's happening. I for one. We knew we needed better internet. We needed a nice overlay that actually made things a little nicer to look at, or at least I needed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I'm sitting in this seat, at least twice a week. I'm like, I need something a little prettier to look at, something a little easier to use as well.
Yeah, this is really nice. I'm really impressed with what we've kind of put up in the direction we're going with that.
Well, thanks, Patrick.
Oh. Thanks, Yoda Muppet. So Nathan's just got a bunch of lands in hand. Luckily, he's got some Eternalized creatures that'll help buffers life total a little bit. Maybe he can try and draw something.
And these lands also act as something that you can use to eternalize this card, since part of its eternalize effect does cause them to discard a card.
Oh yeah.
So there are reasons to keep lands in your hand in this kind of a deck.
For sure. So let's see. We've seen Aether Hub, the Supreme Will in Spencer's hand. I guess. Yeah, I guess you're cool with trading Ephemeral for a Sunscorched Champion.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem, especially where he's at 22 right now, and
he's at 20. The 2 is the energy.
Okay.
From the Minister of Inquiries.
Okay. This does speed up the clock though.
Just no blocks. Okay.
Wow. Okay. You can pull up 2 Wandering Fumarals next turn, so the no blocks there is definitely curious. Okay, yeah, 2 lands. We'll scoop it up.
Yeah.
And we'll give this round, this game to Spencer.
Where are you? Round. There it is. Spencer 1-0.
All right.
So now, I wonder what the difference is with the blue-white deck as far as sideboarding goes.
Well, white is naturally better at using sideboard strategies, right? Mm-hmm. It has more things to destroy different kinds of permanents. I think it does give the deck a little game as far as that goes. This is Joe and
Josh.
Yeah, let's shift over.
This one looks like it's gonna be sweet. Josh.
Wrong side.
Oh, am I? Yes. So this is Teamer.
You are.
Yeah. I had spelt it with a Y like the Murs from Mirrodin. Joe on Teamer.
Yeah, let's get it shifted over, and we'll switch the name.
Okay, cool.
And I really like Josh's mat. I had not seen this mat before, so
yeah. So I think
it's really pretty.
Inked this one. It's like an LGBT mat.
Okay.
But it's just gorgeous.
Oh, I really like it.
Josh looks like he's on this sweet Soul Tie Reanimator deck.
Oh, I am so on board.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's playing Liliana? Here, turn just.
Oh, I gotta move it over.
Yeah.
There we go. Fixed it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
Is it just like a Scarab God deck, or does it have Liliana? Because I'm a Liliana fan.
I think it's got big Liliana.
Okay, cool. Oh, this is the last day we get to play with Tireless Trackers.
I know. Oh, oh man. Tireless Tracker.
Unless you play Legacy Lands. Legacy Lands, you get to play Tireless Tracker.
That's true.
Just saying.
In fact, I do need to tell Tony. We picked up a foil tracker the other day.
Did we?
Yeah, he'll be interested in that.
Yeah, he probably would be.
So this Virtuoso, he eternalized. Did he? Oh, he did eternalize it. That's pretty sweet.
I mean, this is gonna get you more energy. Like you can function with like a low energy count.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the fact that you can like reoccur the energy.
Yeah, I guess you're like chumping Ronus because he's
mean.
He is. Is that 4 +1/+1 counters on the Servant of the Conduit?
I don't know how he would have counters on it.
Right?
I think it was eternalized and maybe it got confiscation or.
Is it Hydra?
Is that just to symbolize that it's attacking for 4? Did he pump it with Ronus? We're kind of jumping in blind here, so I'm not entirely sure how the Servant has counters on it.
Yeah, I kind of peeked over while the other guys are sideboarding, and it was just like, oh, the Scarab God's in play. Like, let's go over.
I love that these guys aren't using the dice that we provide them to. They're like
right?
super small.
Jeez. But this is a pretty big attack, like.
Yeah, it really is. And Josh is only at 7, so he has things to fear. Okay.
But Scarab God might kill Joe here. He's got 2 zombies. That puts Joe at a virtual 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have been interested in getting the Hydra on the upkeep, maybe, out of Joe's graveyard. That way it gives you 3 energy if you need to make a Thopter. It drains him for another life, and you get to scry 3.
As long as an extra damage doesn't get dealt to Josh, he's on a 3-turn clock. So I think he's favored to win this game from this standpoint. I don't know what's in Joe's hand yet.
Oh, just because he just gets to play defense?
Well, he can chump block Ronus forever. Like, right?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have any more energy. Ooh. That was pretty sweet. He drew a Bontu's Last Reckoning.
I guess he was at 4 then. See, a Bontu's Last Reckoning is really interesting because untapping is kind of essential, but at the same time, it doesn't kill Ronus, and that would put Joe on a has to have a creature big enough to matter. Right? Well, I guess you could always just pump the creature. It could, like, any creature would get Ronus attacking.
Yeah.
I kind of don't think that that's the line you can take unless you really are scared of these flyers, which I don't think he'd be scared of till next turn.
Yeah, no, he's still got one more turn. Does he have any clues? I wonder if that... he hasn't played a land this turn.
He has a token for a clue, but sometimes people hold it there as like a, hey, like this is where I'll keep them, you know, and then I'll put a 1 on it.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell if he has 0 or if he has 1. And what is it?
Yeah, Chakra's pretty safe attack.
Yeah, so this is a 5/5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's holding those dice right under the cards
to represent their
eternalized. Yeah. From the Scarab God.
Yeah, I think this deck plays like Torrential Gear Hulks too, because Josh loves that card.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
As it turns out, it's an okay card.
Yeah, right. I guess Torrential Gear Hulk's pretty good.
It's aight.
Love that word. It's aight.
It's fine.
But yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, tuning in. We know there's Monday Night Football on, and we appreciate that you guys are here watching Magic.
Magic over football.
It's rough.
For us it is a difficult decision.
Yeah. We'll talk a little more about our pre-release weekend when we get a little bit of downtime.
Yeah, absolutely. Had some interesting things happen.
It was a good weekend. Now, what does Joe have in his hand?
All he really needs, I mean, he isn't in a position to lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
he's on a 2-turn clock with just the Scarab God making zombies and draining him. But he can't go all out because Scarab God will make zombies and kill him on the crackback.
Yeah, I don't think I'd activate my land and attack with it. I do not think I would do that.
It looked like he's lined up his 4 mana.
Like he's considering it?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have anything to activate Ronus, right?
Oh, he's probably going to give things trample? He can't target himself. Oh, target up there.
See, and that's what I was thinking. Is just target a flyer and attack. Like that's how you put yourself in a winning position.
He is at 4, huh?
Yeah, I know. He had his life total at 7. Like moved it down mid-turn. It was interesting.
Okay. Oh, so he was representing that with the dice.
Yeah. So he's attacking for 5 in the air.
Yeah, which I mean, a Torrential Gear Hulk with a grasp still isn't going to get there because he can just pump a different creature with the Ronus. So I think he might have this one. Oh, he does. Oh, yeah, he's got a. Glimmer.
Okay.
get
energy.
2 energy.
Both to bottom. That's a really good sign for Joe.
Yeah.
Josh has a full hand, and it looks like he's about to pick up his cards.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he could have here.
Okay, 1 mana.
Oh my gosh.
What is this?
That's a life goes on.
Is that a fog?
No.
What is it?
It's a gain life spell.
What the heck?
Okay, I'm gonna pull this up. This one.
Oh my goodness.
It's this spell. Let's see. Although he didn't get the like dies this turn, like extra value. So here's life goes on, ladies and gentlemen. You gain 4 life. If a creature dies this turn, you gain 8 life instead.
So he just gained 4 life.
Yeah.
We're just treading water here.
Yep.
This is hilarious because this actually might be enough to give him an opportunity to win this next turn.
Let's see, Long Tusk Cub kind of stops that from happening.
Yeah, just a creature.
Oh, that was a clue.
Okay, so at this point, if he doesn't draw something great, we're gonna see a Wrath.
Yeah, don't draw yet. So
yeah, we got 2 zombies, so put you down to 4.
You got 3 blockers, and he's got 3 attackers with 1 Ether Hub up.
Keep in mind, Ronus is not a blocker right now.
Oh, it is not a blocker because yeah, oh, he's only got the 1 energy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Joe is just dead.
I think this is on board.
Yeah. Josh just sends with everything, and Joe's Dobbs. So I don't know if this. I don't think this is a sideboard game. Oh, see that? Yeah, he's got a Gear Hulk with a Grasp.
I think this is definitely game 1. Other game ended pretty quickly, and
it's true. Kill
yep,
that guy.
And there's a Grasp of Darkness, and we'll get in, and that'll be it.
Oh, there's a handshake. Normally it's Cody who's all about the
game 1 handshake.
The game 1 handshake. Let's see how they're picking up.
It's like, here's your Virtuoso.
there's your card. That is a big like kind of pain. Is
with the Scarab God, it's like
yeah,
okay,
it's like you take their cards and like you kind of pull them out of a sleeve to show that it's eternalized. That's like the standard way is like pulling it halfway out.
Yeah, I'm convinced. I want one of these mats that Josh has.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Have to talk to him about it.
It looks like he's unsideboarding though.
Maybe it was a quick game 1.
Yeah, because I don't think he, like.
Well, let's shift over.
Yeah.
Get life goes life goes on
off the screen. Yeah. A card. That freaking card.
All right, so we're jumping in mid game. I assume this is still game 2. This is when things are actually happening. So.
Refurbish.
Refurbish.
Kind of unless you pay 3.
Yeah.
Nope, not 1.
He's like, this 1 mana is not doing me any good. Where's my Gaia's Cradle?
Yeah. Right. That card back in standard. Jeez, that card is sweet. I saw so many open this weekend, and it just wrecked people.
I was very surprised. I didn't think a card like that would really matter in limited.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm foolish to feel that way, but like I didn't really put a lot of thought behind it. It was just kind of like an initial, evaluation. It's like finding a creature is good enough to play it. Once it flips, it's like sure, it's land. No, I saw this card do amazing things. Like once you're tapping for like 6 mana, and you actually have a sink into it, like we played against a guy who had and I don't know the name of the card, but it's the 4 mana 3/3 that you can pay 2 green and X to put counters on lands.
Oh yeah, you like awaken lands.
Yeah, you awaken lands, and he had Gaia's Cradle with that. It was not okay.
Yeah.
It was really broken.
We died pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I didn't draw many lands that game, but hey.
No, but it was still beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know that we would have won even if you had a good hand.
That's true. Well, I had a great hand.
Oh, yeah. You got a white mana.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Nathan doesn't have very good attacks.
Nope.
He's got a farm to market? Does that do it to attacking or blocking?
As far as I know, it's just attacking, but...
I don't think he'd be attacking if he didn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't able to kill Gearhulk if it blocks. And that's just him banking that, you know...
He'd have a discard outlet, or
that his spell is going to resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. No block on the champion. I guess you kind of don't want that going to the graveyard.
Nah,
probably
you can afford to take two. Yeah.
Ooh, he's got a... This card. This is one that's rotating out of standard here. It's oh, come on, Patty. Shoot.
I know what it does.
It remands and then deals 2 damage to a...
Yeah. It returns a creature or spell to its owner's hand, or it deals 2 damage, or both, right?
Or both, yeah.
Yeah. And if it deals lethal damage, then it exiles the card.
Yeah.
So...
More exile tech. I think Spencer, since we saw him last week, kind of... Did Spencer lose to the God Pharaoh's gift deck?
No, he won.
He won? Okay.
Yeah.
But it looks like he added some extra tech for that. He's got a Censor chilling in his hand, but that doesn't do... He even had a Supreme Will. He couldn't have paid for Supreme Will.
Yeah, so it looks like the card that you just said, the split card. What do you say? The white-blue one?
Farm to market.
Farm to market. It does kill a blocker.
Yeah.
Pretty clear that that's what happened.
I guess Spencer wasn't too worried about his Gearhulk going away, because it looks like he's got another one.
Nah, once a Gearhulk's come in and cast a card, I feel like people use them pretty disposably after that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they might win the game, but the first 2 won't. The first 2 are just to get abraded and...
Yeah.
You know,
it's like it's a removal spell and a draw spell in one card.
Right.
Like...
Ambush Viper / draw 2 cards.
Oh, yeah.
Scry 2, draw 2. Oh, look, 3 lands on the top of the deck for Nathan.
So we'll be bidding a couple.
He's going to strategically plan that one particular planes will go to his hand and the others won't.
Oh, man.
Some good strategy right there.
Yeah, some great puns, too. We've got a Sunscourge champion in Nathan's hand. He's going to try that.
Gain a couple of life.
Yeah, it'll probably resolve.
I imagine so.
Or he could go Gearhulk, return the spell to your hand, exile your Thraben Inspector. Man, now I gotta figure out what that card's name is. It's gonna bug me. Let's go to Mythic.
The Instant Battle for Zendikar?
Yeah. It's one of those silly Devoid cards. Any more sets?
Go to expansions under.
Yeah, cool. That'll find it.
We'll find things.
So it looks like he's resolving a Glimmer off of his Gearhulk. Brutal Expulsion. That's the name of the card.
I know it's something Expulsion.
Yeah.
Could never remember, though.
Yeah, return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. Oh, it's a bounce spell, too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Which, like, that seems fantastic against God Pharaoh's Gift.
Yeah, really
like,
good.
they make a
bounce
token.
Your token. Yeah.
And exile one of the things that is still floating around. That seems great. Looks like a couple combustible Gearhulks in hand. That's a 4/5. That's just gonna not have an effect on the other side.
It is a 4/5 vigilance. Yeah. That is what it is on this board.
It does have the market they can play. It's it's just Faithless Looting from his graveyard.
Yeah, looks like... Okay, no, we're going to internalize.
Disallow that?
Yeah. That's exiled.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Did he discard a card?
He did not. He paid 3 for it as well.
Paid 4?
It seemed like...
It's for me.
Oh, over there. Okay. Sure. Cast a Glimmer. Hide in my graveyard. 12? Jeez, that's a lot of energy.
What can you even do with that amount of energy?
I mean, like, the deck plays Virtuosos in the sideboard.
Yeah.
So, like, that's pretty good energy sink. There's a few other energy sinks.
Right.
One card I missed that, like, hasn't seen a lot of play since a Braid got printed is Dynavolt Tower.
Yeah, it really hasn't seen a lot of play. It's not going away, though, so who knows? You know, maybe it will. Oh, hey, look.
A Crook.
Crook can get rid of the graveyard. That's going to be really good from this standpoint.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that this just ends the game.
Yeah, because Nathan just has 4/5s in hand. There's a Hostile Desert. You exile the graveyard, that does actual nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's anything he wants left out of his graveyard. Or if we reach that point where it just doesn't matter. Looks like he's figuring out an optimal way to cast his 5-mana 4/5s.
And casting another one of these would probably be fine, but Spencer has so much in hand that it's really... Nathan's left in a position where he's never going to be the person that's ahead in this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's over.
He also loses Therian Inspector as well, because I did this before and I was just super punting, where like I didn't anticipate losing my God Pharaoh's. Like I used my God Pharaoh's, get to bring back a Gear Hulk. And then, like, I was put in a position where like, I had to choose where I was keeping, like, if I was going to keep my God Pharaoh's Gift or my 4/5 that I just brought back out.
Yeah.
Like, it's good. It's kind of a sloppy card. Like, it's good against, like, decks that are going wide, but I really don't like it in this matchup.
No,
even as just a 4-mana 4/5 or 5-mana 4/5 that gets abraded.
Yeah.
Looks like Spencer brought in Dragons, which I think he just kept.
It does kill any eternalized card.
Yeah.
So it's also a way to close out the game.
Yeah, I'd probably actually take his farm to market. I don't want him drawing cards right now. His creatures don't matter until he resolves a spell.
Right.
Magma Spray? Jeez. Dargan!
We got a dragon, and he's going to exert?
Interesting.
That is really interesting. Huh. Okay. Puts you down to 8.
Does he have a fumarole? Yeah, he's got a fumarole.
Okay. Yep, so this should do it, because even a Gear Hulk at this moment, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he'll play the Gear Hulk. Spencer will crack the Crook in response.
Nathan has priority right now. He really should cast Market. No. Here, attack for 3.
It's a 3/2, right?
3/4.
Oh, yeah, it is a 3/4, huh? At you.
and put myself dead on board.
Well,
he can cast Gear Hulk, which looks like that's what he's going to do.
That's just going to get countered.
And then Spencer will counter it, and the game will end.
Tap your mana correctly. It doesn't actually matter.
That is not how you tap for
disallow.
Just
we're gonna give him a rash for that.
Just letting you guys know, 2 red and a blue. That's not how you cast disallow. We're not gonna hold it over his head because he had the mana and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But
he could have paid with Aether Hub.
Yeah.
Or the 1 rank roll.
It didn't matter.
But it didn't matter. Attack.
All right.
Switch.
Attack.
Rawr.
Right,
there's a handshake. Cool.
So we'll take a look at our other table, but I think the game did end.
Yeah. Oh, no. Nope.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, that would be really surprising if they ended that soon, so.
So we know Josh got 1.
We do. Oh, look, life goes on.
Life goes on. Let's get rid of it. It doesn't need to be there.
Nope, it really doesn't.
Neither does that.
Keep it on the Twitch when we're not.
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to see.
Interesting. What's up, the Bears?
Welcome in.
How are you doing tonight? So disallow your Whirler Virtuoso?
Yeah, that seems alright. And we're going to have a follow-up Scarab God. Let's do that.
With the mana to activate it. I like it.
And
so it's resolved. Whoa, whoa.
That was weird.
That was kind of weird. Did you guys see that too?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was on their screen. It was just us.
Thanks to Bears. We love the overlay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There's the delay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, thanks to Bears. We actually just put it together this last week. I sat down with one of our owners, Alton, and we spent a couple hours trying to put it together. It's not too crazy special, but I think it looks really, really nice for what we're doing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need something too crazy, just something to make it look a little more organized.
Joe's playing Lanthu Hellion.
That's kind of awesome.
That card is sweet. That card never really got to see its day.
Nope, and it's still
Joe,
can. It's
an
energy card. It's not leaving for another year.
Yeah.
I'm glad you know the name for this, because I sure don't.
Yeah. Probably spelling... Just gonna search up Hellion.
We said Lanthu, that's L-A-N.
Oh, there's lots of Hellions from other sets.
Mm-hmm.
I did not anticipate... Aha!
There it is.
Aha.
Lathnu.
Lathnu. It's
Lathnu Hellion.
Like backwards. So, okay. So there's this weird stack where Joe cast Survive to shuffle all graveyards. Josh reanimated Joe's Glorybringer, and he Harness Lightning it in response. Underrated? Totally.
I definitely agree. There are so many decks in the format right now who have such an easy time getting energy that this card, it just doesn't seem like a hard card to keep around.
Like that Grixis control deck. It had 12 energy just chilling there by the end of the game.
The Bears, our pre-release was awesome. I got to play a lot of Merfolk.
I got to play a lot of dinosaurs.
He got to play a lot of dinosaurs. I saw a lot of really, really mean dinosaurs decks this weekend. Tons. As far as limited goes, I was really, really unimpressed with vampires, unimpressed with pirates, and the Merfolk decks and the dinosaur decks all looked fantastic.
Yeah,
they were really cool. I played Merfolk. It was a lot of fun. It really surprised me with how much I could do with just a bunch of random 2/2s. But
yeah. What about you? How did your pre-release go? So We see a negate on Josh's grasp. Trying to kill. Ooh. How about I just...
No, I want to grasp.
Yeah, I'm going to grasp this one this time.
Yeah.
That's probably the tone, too. Like,
yeah.
I want to grasp that one. And then...
I do what I want.
Is he going to harness lightning in response? Target the Gear Hulk. Does Josh have a negate? No.
As usual, didn't pull anything good, but always a lot of fun. Yeah. Definitely.
It's about how that works.
Yeah, usually. I don't usually pull anything good either. No worries.
I mean, we got some.
Well, actually, I guess that is kind of a lie. I got 2 of the Gaia's Cradle card.
Yeah.
Which apparently that has value. I wouldn't have known it, but
right.
It seems it was a lot of fun to play.
It was less than great. Came down to mediocre dinos and mediocre pirates. I still had a Blastoise. It was your first pre-release? That's awesome.
Yeah, that is really cool. I actually lost to a player in the finals of our 5 p.m. And it was his first pre-release, and his deck was probably...
Is that when I came in?
Yeah.
You lost that guy?
No, I lost to Tyler.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
That was his first pre-release.
What?
Yeah. Tyler's first pre-release, and he had probably the most beautiful dinosaur deck I had ever seen.
Yeah, his pool was busted.
It was really amazing, and it made my merfolk look like silly little fish that they are. So
some silly fish. Well, yeah. Kyre, we saw another life goes on.
Yeah, we really need to stop doing that.
And Joe had our same reaction, just like, But I mean, it's worked for him,
yeah,
right? Like, harness lightning. I can't have your Scarab God on the battlefield, but it doesn't matter because it's just gonna come.
Well, I'm gonna steal this thing and get my Scarab God, and play it again next turn.
See, like, everyone's talking about how they want to do. Life Goes On killed you last pre-release. That's hilarious.
It really is an annoying card for sure.
Like, we'd play it in like our silly horse decks where you're just trying to find every instance of life gain that you can.
Oh yeah.
But like, seeing it in constructed. Oh boy.
I think it's designed to come in against the red decks.
Yeah.
But
like you block or trade with a creature and then you gain 8. It's almost a fog.
Sometimes it can be more than a fog.
Yeah.
It's doing much more than negating like a lightning strike effect, right?
Did Josh miss his Scarab God trigger?
I think he did, and he's gonna say, "I don't care."
Yeah.
Not something I'd recommend doing, guys.
It doesn't matter what you do. I don't need this Scarab God. Joe's like, oh man, I caught a break. Like, oh, he missed his trigger. So,
honestly, I wonder if that is something that you'd consider a purposeful mistrigger that shouldn't happen, or is it a May ability? Because it's better. It's probably better in his. It could be better in his graveyard to like instant speed bring back a Scarab God in response to another Scarab God dying.
Well, it exiles the one in the graveyard.
Yeah.
And it makes a token of it, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to do that.
So you have to legend rule yourself.
Yeah, just thinking out loud.
Trigger. You go to 15. I'll scry 1. I love this card. I'm so ready to play this card until it. Everyone's all hyped out about dinosaurs and pirates, and I'm like,
and you're like, yeah, I'm
I
playing
still like making I still like making 4/4s.
In fact, like, could you imagine like your opponent playing Regisaur Alphas, and the next thing you know,
one of his things is survive sorcery. I think it might be.
I am not sure.
See, this is a card we don't see too often.
Deals damage to a creature equal to the number of lands you control.
And then this, it is a sorcery on the other side. Each player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library, which seems pretty relevant with, we've got Nate on God-Pharaoh's Gift.
Yep.
These Grixis control decks are really dependent on their graveyard, flashing things back with Gear Hulk.
And if you can cast both, then you can get rid of something like a Gear Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Like destroy a Gear Hulk and then get it out of the graveyard. Like putting it back in their deck doesn't feel the best, but it's probably more useful for a Scarab God deck or a Reanimator deck to in their graveyard, to have it in their graveyard.
Yeah, it looks like our
our
matches are finished. So we will wait until
our next round.
Yeah.
Here,
so
pull up our chat sheet, see if he's talking to us on
Oh yeah.
It's right here.
Oh.
Where there?
I've got it there. Nope.
Nobody's there.
All right. Hello.
It's me.
Yeah. It's me. Hello. From the streamer side.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, pre-release stories, right, guys?
Yeah.
First off, we want to hear yours. Second off,
What's up, Drillo?
How's it going? We have some interesting things that happened to us as well. We did a two-headed giant. We lost. It happened. That's a thing that happened.
Yeah, we broke our awesome streak. We had a really cool streak going there of being like 6-0-1.
With two-headed giants.
With two-headed giant events, yeah.
And then we lost, and then we went home and watched football because it made us feel better about our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say, like, I was kind of distracted.
Yeah.
Like, during both the games, I think our opponents, there was a point where, like, we both checked our phones.
Right.
Mid-match. And I think it was against Dave, right?
It probably was.
Yeah. We're just here looking at our fantasy scores because Kyra and I are in a fantasy league together.
Yep.
And we have
football. We
actually have a close game tonight where we're both a little behind and we need our players to do well.
Yeah, I have my phone here. It's sitting there. I glance at it. Don't worry about it.
So if you see the occasional look down, that's
not
what he's
there
doing.
Yet.
Yeah. So yeah, first game, I just don't draw a white source. I had to mulligan 3 or 4 times.
His deck had 2 Regisaur Alphas and a Hualti. So there was some power there.
Yeah.
And we never got to see any of it, because I don't think we ever saw a 5th land.
Yeah.
Ever.
Although I think it was a good call. Note for if you ever play Two-Headed Giant again in this format. I think it was a good call playing the sideboard cards in your main deck.
To deal with the lands.
Yeah.
The cards that flip and turn into a land, stuff like Demolish and the card that destroys a flyer or an enchantment. Mm-hmm. These cards are actually kind of important when it comes to Two-Headed Giant where there's no sideboard. So.
Because you just play the one game.
Right.
So that was pretty sweet. So yeah, we lost our first game to that problem, and then I think the same thing happened in our other game. We got stuck on mana from my side. Except, I did get to cast Watley. They had the Revel in Riches enchantment. And we killed it ourselves with that. We made these just horrible attacks with mana open. And because Kyra says, yeah, I think it's okay to concede here. I'm like, yeah, just hold on. We're going to do some sweet stuff before we die.
And I was like, okay,
cool. And the opponents are these twin brothers, and they didn't catch it.
Yeah.
They didn't catch it.
They thought that something was up our sleeve.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, what do they have going on?
It wasn't even like a silent, hey, do you want to concede here?
No, I was like, hey, I think it's pretty safe to concede. They didn't even hear me, apparently.
Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do some stuff here. I showed them the thing. I was like, oh, yeah, cool. So we make these horrible attacks. We're just dead on board. And they just puzzle for a minute.
Took them a while to realize that all they had to do was just block the 2-1 and the other 2-1.
Yeah, it was a 3-3 dinosaur and a 2-1.
And then they got the win off of Revel in Riches.
Yeah, on their upkeep.
Yeah, because we cast Hualti and minus down Hualti to kill more of our
creatures to give them the win with that. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So, okay, that was pretty fun.
It was.
And at the end there, I was just like, you guys, you just don't get it. We're we're conceding.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You got it.
Good job.
Good work.
So
no, I got to play 2 Merfolk decks. 3-1 with both of them. I really liked them. I think I lost to Dinosaurs in one of them, and the other one I played against one of our owners here, Brian. And he was on this 3-color deck that he found that black-white legendary creature that has like lifelink and stuff. That is a mean creature. He found all 3 games.
The one who like kills a thing and then
you like use 7 life and destroy something.
And vindicates. Jeez.
Yeah, he got me with that card in 3 games. So
I don't know what this is. Keeps kind of doing that.
Yeah, that's not good. Might be an issue with our camera.
Yeah, probably could be.
Here, turn it off and back on again, the camera.
Oh, he's finally responding. How's it going? Looks like he's starting the round, so we'll get this back.
Time versus Spencer. We're gonna watch some.
We're gonna watch Time.
We're gonna watch Time. Just respond to him and say thanks.
Yeah, I'll do it when he's done typing. Bruh.
Merfolk Limited seems strong and even maybe some constructed. Yeah, I agree. I was very, very impressed with Merfolk. In my first draft, I actually, or not draft, sorry, sealed deck. I made this weird vampire deck, and it was very underwhelming. I knew that I could pick up some wins with it, but if you know how people will always be like, okay, like this is a 2-2 deck or like a 3-1 deck, or okay, I've got a 4-0 deck here. Now, it's just kind of an estimation. I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is probably a 2-2 deck, which didn't make me happy because I had built 4 decks before it, all during my build time. And my
for this pre-release,
my midnight pre-release.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I finally came to the conclusion that it was my best deck, and I played my first round with it. I did win, but it was awful, just terrible. And so I reevaluated everything, and I ended up on a Merfolk deck and felt much better.
Cool.
Oh my goodness, is it River's Rebuke? Is that the card that it's essentially a Slyconic Rift?
Oh yeah,
overloaded.
Brian had that today. So
oh my goodness, that card is incredible. Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Brian's like thought he was gonna get in a draft, and we were gonna draft some Ixalan today, but he accidentally hopped into a sealed.
Yeah.
And like he had River's Rebuke. He was also on this just like green blue Merfolk deck. I think he went 4-1 in the league. We didn't get to see quite at the end of it.
Yeah, but yeah, he was on a blue green deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue-green looks really good.
So I'm not sure quite what...
The red enchantment that basically goads. Yeah, that enchantment's good.
I didn't see any of those this weekend.
I didn't either. I mean, I knew it existed, but... Here, let's pan over.
Yeah.
We're getting started.
I kind of want to see what he was on. Looks like... Oh, he's on his, like, mono-white or red-white aggressive deck.
Okay. And fill that in.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Let's go.
I also had a deck though. Like I had this Dino deck in my second draft, or Steel deck. Sorry, I said it again. But it was like the most powerful deck that I had this weekend, and I went 2-2 with it. That's how bad I struggled, which is so odd because I had the Tyrant, Dinosaur. I had 2 of the red enchantment that exiles a card at your upkeep, and you can play it.
Yeah,
I had 2 of them. Wow. And that card was amazing. And I also had the 4 mana 3/3 that can turn lands into creatures. My deck was very powerful, and I could not get anything rolling. So what do I do in my next pre-release? I went back to Merfolk, and the deck felt fantastic, and I lost in the finals to a Dinosaur deck.
Yeah, dinos are great. I went 2-2 at my midnight pre-release. But yeah, so it looks like he's just on the white aggro, and then looks like Jonah has switched over to red. I thought he was going to play Cats one more time tonight, I heard him kind of talk about that a little bit.
Keith playing with his lands up top. What year is it?
He's just Paulo, you know? He's just Paulo Vitor.
I don't know. It's not too hard to keep track of. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Braid's going to clean up that guy pretty handily.
Oh, he's not on Cats. Red deck wins. That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought he would be on Cats tonight because he was talking it up earlier, but...
Yeah. I think he was thinking that deck would be better after rotation, but I think the red deck is going to be really good after rotation, too.
Lightning Strike's pretty good. Plays another Desert.
I'm going to cycle a Cast out.
Cast Oot.
Cast Oot.
What are you, Canadian? All right. Sacred Cat. It's a 2/2.
It is a 2/2. That's a mean kitty.
Yeah. Just eats up...
I think he's just going to make it so it can't block. Or Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Attack.
It's a pretty great start for the Jonah.
Yeah, agreed. I think that the red deck's going to be fantastic post-rotation. It really doesn't lose much. I mean, the cards that it does lose are kind of whatever. Like, oh well.
They're just like 1 mana 1, or like 1 mana 2/1s. Yeah,
it's a couple of 1 mana guys, but honestly, we get to keep the best 1-drop anyway, which is Courier.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, a lot of times you board out your 1-drops anyway. I don't really think that it's going to kill the deck to not have all the same 1-drops.
Yeah.
And I think it'll survive just fine.
Jonah has On-Crop Crasher in the hole. What land did you just play? Is that another Scavenger Grounds? Man, people are really ready for the graveyard decks.
Yeah.
So when you attack first. Yeah. There you go. Exert, kill your kitty. What Ixalan card do you think it adds?
I haven't taken a really good look at it, to be honest. I know we get Lightning Strike, but I mean, you could just play the 1-drop that has Raid and like, what is it? Get a +1/+1 counter.
Mm-hmm.
If it has First Strike, it's like a 1 mana 1/1 First Strike, and then it has Raid and it gets a +1/+1 counter or whatever, whatever it is. But that might be good enough in this deck. That's not very good on turn 1, but it's
better on turn 2. You play your Courier and then
this red deck. It's really hard to tell just by looking at it, but it really isn't meant to deal with or to play 1-drops on 1. Like it wants to play something every turn, but in all reality, you just want your curve low. You want to be able to function off of 3 lands very easily.
Yeah.
The enchantment flip land, yeah, I could.
The red one, Advances Blasting Cannons.
Yes.
That card is sweet.
I could absolutely see that card in a deck like this. It would need a lot of 1-drops to be able to do it, and Bomat Courier kind of doesn't synergize with it. But that card is really, really good before it gets flipped.
Yeah. Is it Outpost Siege? Basically?
Yeah, it's basically an Outpost Siege, where like this is a red card draw engine. You think it replaces Chandra? It could easily replace Chandra in this deck because of its upside of flipping. I do think that the land is much stronger than card is flipped. It's probably better than Chandra in most cases. Rigor Runner. I'm sorry, Yoda Muppet. I'm not too familiar with all the names.
Yeah.
Oh no one. Oh my lord.
Oh goodness. This Regal Caracal, is it a 5/5?
No, it's a 3/3. Oh, it is a 5/5. Oh,
so
lordy.
can't get Glorybringer. Looks like he missed his.
Does it have lifelink?
I thought it did. Regal Caracal. Other cats have lifelink.
No, it does not have lifelink. So neither creature on the board has lifelink.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yoda Muppet. Yeah, that is the card I was talking about.
Okay.
I think it's good. It's not very good on 1, but that's okay. Like if you play it on 1, then sure, you have a little first striker guy that's gonna get a couple damage before it becomes irrelevant. but it's also really good as a red spell for the enchantment we were talking about. That, and later in the game, let's face it, it's going to come down as a 2/2 first strike, and it's going to be really annoying that way. Okay.
So take 4 from the dragon, one from the
courier. So he's down to 2.
And then looks like he's got a ruins.
Yep, and then activate Ramanep Ruins, and that'll be the game. Ha!
Ha!
No horses for you.
Oh.
Settle down.
I just wanted the horses to come out to play.
You just wanted to gallop through the fields?
Yeah. So, yeah, generally the like mono-white horse deck is actually like pretty good against red.
The whole point is to gain life so that you can abuse one card, right?
Yeah.
So he gets to play a couple of the, like, you know, the little Embalm lifelink cat, and he gets to play the Caracal that makes 2 lifelink cats.
I like the 3 mana 2/3 flying vigilance lifelink. The not Vampire Nighthawk.
I actually think that this deck could get good as like a black-white deck with the new cards from Ixalan. There are some decent lifelink cards, and I could see it. The horse is already a powerful card. 5 mana for a 5/5 is kind of no joke.
Yeah, and if you already have a lifelinker on the battlefield, it just turns into 10 power on turn 5.
Right.
One of them is like an indestructible creature. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
We are losing Are we losing Blessed Alliance?
Yes, Blessed Alliance is in Eldritch Moon.
No.
I know, right?
All right, we lose Blessed Alliance. Okay.
Maybe it's a green-white deck with Life Goes On.
No. Settle down. We saw that card once. I know you're on a high for it.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Okay. Serious this time. Hat's back.
No way.
Ready to battle. So Jonah's deck is not a, shall I say, traditional mono-red deck. It's got a few different cards he's still looking to try and... Whoa. Are those lightning strikes in his sideboard?
No, they're just sitting in his box. He's waiting.
Yeah, just getting ready for
yeah,
when he can play them.
Yeah, he's just going to switch him in for Friday, probably.
Yeah. That is an upgrade, I think, for this deck over Incendiary Flow.
Absolutely.
Like, the exile isn't as relevant.
Scrap Heap Scrounger was the original reason to want to exile something.
Yeah.
And as weird as it is, that card's really not doing anything right now. Why?
It's bad to block.
I really, really don't know. The card is incredible. But,
it's very aggressive. We've seen it play in Cody's red-black aggro deck. But Magma Spray is the truth.
Yes.
And Incendiary Flow is still around. And it can't block. That was one thing that, like, when I played that Zombies deck during our Devastation game day.
Yeah, the red-black Zombies deck.
Yeah. It was just like, a lot of my stuff just didn't block. And it couldn't block. And I would just die to red.
Yeah.
Granted, like, Kalitas helps, and I was able to pull it out. But, like, it just kind of doesn't fit with a bunch of aggro decks right now.
Yeah, talking about cards that we're about to lose that I'm sad about. I'd probably have to look for more cards that I'm really sad about. But the only ones I can think of, there's only 2. Liliana the Lost Hope and Kalitas Trader Get.
I know,
those cards have my heart, and just because they're gone doesn't mean I'm not going to play them.
Hand on your heart for Kalitas Trader of Get. May he rest in peace.
Liliana's actually might get an uptick in Modern just due to the Planeswalker rule change.
Oh yeah, that comes into effect this Friday too.
I'm pretty excited about that. I'm all about playing with all kinds of Lilianas in Modern.
Yeah. Okay, Legacy talk. Do you think someone's going to try like the mono Jace deck? Just like all the Jaces.
I think that we have enough brewers in our store with Legacy that it's just somebody's going to do some crazy thing like that. And I'm sure that I've already seen a lot of people brewing with Gideon decks in Modern.
Ugh. Silly Gidiots.
Gidiots. I had not heard that.
You hadn't heard that one before?
No.
Oh man, I think Saffron Olive coined that term of like, gotcha. Yeah, mono white Gidiots.
Yeah, let's shock the initiate. That's probably good. But this is a really slow start for Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
Lone Rider.
Oh yeah. Eternalize my cat. Hoo-hoo-wee. Which sets him up for a... If the Lone Rider sticks... Wait a second. That's a lightning strike.
Why he's tapping double red for this, I'm really confused about.
I think I saw a lightning strike in Jonah's hand.
And it has first strike. I don't think he remembered that that's a thing. You think you saw a lightning strike in his hand?
Yeah. It's a blue color. Like, it's the old art lightning strike where it's like a cloud and it's kind of blue in the top corner.
You think he actually put them in the sideboard?
I think he actually did. But Lone Rider flipped. Or is that just a Hazoret?
He has a Hazoret. I'm pretty sure that most people know that the cards won't be illegal till Friday, but
there's a Braid.
Yeah, so he just swings the Caracol in, or the not the Caracol, sorry, the Earthshaker Kenra right into Lone Rider, and Lone Rider has first strike. It's a 1/1 first strike. Yeah, let's pull this up.
Yeah. Just want to get the other side
Ixalan
of it.
is not legal in Standard yet, so this is our store's last tournament for Standard before the rotation. The rotation happens on Friday, or Thursday night at midnight.
What does it turn into? Do we have like a flip side of it to show? It's a 4/4 first strike. I think it gains trample.
Yeah. 4/4 first strike lifelink trample.
Yeah, there's no like. That's one thing with
It really doesn't have this one side on it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Like, there's no.
Is it not over here?
There's the languages, all prints, Elvish Moon.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know what the other side is called. Sand Strangler, kill your kitty cat. Go ahead.
I really like this Strangler.
Oh yeah,
I think
card's
it's a
great.
card. Yeah.
All
right. We are gonna see some horses this game.
Yes.
Wow.
Trample over.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's great.
Yep, and it's a 5/5 due to
the Always Watching, so it can't get Glorybringered.
It's another card that's about to leave. Always Watching.
That's right. Always Watching and Lone Rider too.
Yeah, Lone Rider. All the flip cards do. But
so
Wizards had to keep some flip cards in. They were like, nope, we have these new flip lands. Don't worry, guys. Those shaded back perfect fits that you have, we'll make sure that they're usable.
They still get to have some extra value.
All right, and we've got Hazoret online. I would assume it's not going to be enough to take over this game, but
no. Ooh, baby.
Yeah, this is a Regal Caracol.
Here comes the cats.
I can't imagine anything you'd want to play more at the moment.
Yeah, maybe attack with the Lone Rider first with some mana open.
It's attacking to its death. It looks like Hazoret can block.
Well, yeah, I mean, that way you get a life gain trigger and you get another horse.
Yeah.
But this board
is a horse better than your life gain
You could sim with both. The token does tap though because it is a.
It's gonna die, but
it's not. The horse isn't gonna die.
Yeah,
the horse is indestructible.
Oh, it does
because of the Sunmare. It's gonna trample over for 1. Is it a 5/6? No, the Lone Rider should die.
Yeah, it's first strike. It's a 5/5.
No, but it's a 5/5 hazard. It's a 5/4.
Yeah, okay. There, he's got it.
Yeah. And set trigger. No, Glorybringer's not leaving.
No, not Glorybringer.
We're talking about all these sweet white life gain and flip cards.
No, Glorybringer was on Amonkhet. It's sticking around for a while, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get a game 3.
We got a game 3! Let me update the round. Round back. Game 3. This one's exciting. We got to see horses.
This is an interesting matchup.
all
No,
about the horses.
Yeah, Yoda Muppet, I'm pretty sure I said Always Watching is the one that's leaving. I think that was the last one that I said that it's leaving.
Yeah.
Click on this real quick.
Oh, that's nice. Because I was trying to move it with the mouse earlier, and it just wasn't lining up right. But
yeah, it never does that with the mouse. It was Alton who taught me this. I was like, oh, now that I know that, things are so much better.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I can just line everything up just right. Trying to make things look pristine.
So even though this white aggro deck or this white life gain deck that we're looking at, even though it's not a big deck where people, it's not some tier thing that you're going to see everywhere, this deck has a phenomenal matchup against this red deck.
Yeah.
It really, really looks great. Most of its creatures match up well in combat. It gains life, so it keeps pushing, the destination for the red deck further and further away.
Yep.
While building a board state. The red deck also has a very difficult time killing a 5/5.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
Especially when they're like indestructible, so they just block Hazoret. You're like, okay, cool. Block with this horse.
Right.
We're good.
So once the horse makes its first indestructible token, it's probably pretty close to over from that point, unless they're in death range.
It gets even crazier when you have double horses that protect each other.
Right.
You're juggling tasks too, so there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. There are a lot of things to keep track of. Always.
It's not like this. John's gonna mulligan. I think he had just one colorless land. Keith's got a couple lands. How am I doing, by the way? See if Des has done anything spectacular at the bottom of the list.
You're down by 4.
Down by 4.
Darn it.
How much time's left in the game?
A quarter.
A quarter?
Yeah.
Could happen.
Yeah, I'm far off.
Yikes.
I need TD.
Well, while these guys are mulliganing, we're checking our fantasy because that's important.
Don't want to do too much.
Priorities.
No, my priority is this stream. Come on. I didn't check anything.
Yes, boss.
Yes, boss. Settle down.
Sir, right. Yes, sir. All right, Bomat Courier.
Yep, 2 damage right off the bat. And he starts off with that, Okay. Okay, so this is the perfect turn for this card to be played. Authority of the Consuls is really good in this deck, just as a card in general, too. So, yeah, he's going to gain a life off the Earthshaker Kenra coming in, and then, obviously, we'll attack with the Bomat Courier. He gets a card, and it negates. So...
You're slipping away?
Yeah, same to Bears. I'm down by like 6, and I'm relying on like a backup QB to get me a touchdown. It's just not going to happen.
What is this card?
Yeah, this is an issue.
Is that a tasseled... Is that the camel?
I don't know what this card is.
Okay.
It's 1 mana? Is it a 1 mana 0/4? Or 0/3?
It must be.
It doesn't have any abilities.
Camel? It is the camel. Tasseled something. We tore these camels up. Down in St. George. Just 1S? Nope. Okay.
Whatever. I don't know.
It's the camel from Amonkhet.
Yeah.
Or Kaladesh.
Kaladesh.
Something like that. There's Glorybound Initiate. Card's sweet. But...
Yeah, DeBears, it's like the worst when you're ahead and then people are like, the person's like sneaking up behind you. That's like the worst thing ever. It's a little better when you're already behind and you start sneaking up and you're like, oh man, am I going to get there? It makes it more fun to watch.
Yeah. So, double Glorybound Initiate. That's going to be rough.
Plus Authority of the Consuls. Remember that one time when I said that I felt like this white deck was just super favored?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Just thought I'd remind you guys about that.
Cool. We got a magma spray. You can kill the untapped one. That's pretty good. Kill. Did I say kill? I meant exiled.
Yeah, so now Jonah has 1 card left in hand, and he's got 4 cards under the Bomat Courier. I imagine he, if it gets targeted, that he'll pop it right here. Otherwise, I think he'll try to get in 1 more attack and then pop it then. Mm-hmm. But this is so bad. So now every time Jonah plays a creature,
he gets a
Keith gets a 5/5.
Oh man. Oh, it's so hot.
It's like, okay, now I'm gonna cast Wasteland Strangler and kill your Glorybound Initiate and give you a 5/5. Guys, that's actually what's about to happen.
Yep, Enter's tapped. Trigger. And SEP trigger. Ugh, this is gross. Horse.
Horse.
I don't think Jonah saw that one. Keith is pointing to the horse, and there was just like this pause of like.
I don't think that Jonah came prepared for Barnyard games.
He wasn't ready to go to the farm.
No, he wasn't. Oh, that'd be hilarious if we had Swords to Plowshares in this deck as well.
Oh yeah.
Because you send up whenever we're streaming Legacy, Bryce will always say he'll always see a Swords to Plowshares. He goes, "Yep, that's right, Shaman. Went off to the farm. Later.
Went off to the farm.
Going off to the farm.
Peace." Yeah, just like he's got all these lands.
Yeah, Raminap Ruins does not give you the reach you want. This is
too much horse. Keith was not horsing around.
No, he was horsing around.
Oh, he was horsing around. Okay, cool.
Absolutely horsing around right now.
I would have attacked, let him block with his big old horse, and then played Deshandra.
Tried to minus.
Yeah, to get it off the battlefield.
That may have been his only line, and he kind of let that go.
Yeah. And now, because Keith saw that, like, oh, you've got a Chandra? Okay, I'm just not going to... He's got too much horsepower.
Oh my goodness, 6 mana. Oh! What? It's the Felidar Sovereign.
Okay, we're pulling this one up.
Now this is a hoorah before rotation.
Keith, you win tonight. You are the man. Playing Felidar Sovereign.
He probably wins with damage before he ever wins with this card.
I know, but oh, it's so sweet. Alright, here we go. Felidar Sovereign. Vigilance Lifelink 4/6 for 6. Beginning of your upkeep. If you have 40 or more life, you win the game.
You the gamed.
It blocks Hazaret. It can't die to Glorybringer.
Oh my goodness. Well, there's so many high toughness creatures in this white deck. Red doesn't have the removal to deal with it. And there's enough life gain.
Nice dragon you have there. Enter's tapped. Oh, you're just going to let it go to exile? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we're going to let that go to exile.
Keith's at 12, and Jonah has no good attacks. Double authorities just really put a damper on things.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy.
Don't sleep on this horse deck.
Dude, I can't. I mean, there's literally a bed like 2 feet away from me.
It's true. We haven't fixed the studio, so like Friday night, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Attack with the horse. Why blocking? Because shock doesn't kill that horse.
Shock.
He's indestructible.
He's like, no, I'm targeting. Okay, no, he didn't even try to switch it. He's just like, yep, I'm dead. Okay. Do your thing. Get another horse.
How did you get a horse? Did he play a creature?
No, he attacked with Felidar Sovereign, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Or did he? Doesn't have Vigilance. Oh, it does have Vigilance. Yeah, he attacked with it. The card's sitting there right in front of my face, and here I am like, does it have it? Yes, it does.
Oh, it does. That's cool. Oh, man. I didn't think I'd ever see Felidar Sovereign in Standard.
I think when it first got printed, people were like, oh, cool, this card's getting reprinted. Like, we can mess with this silly win con again.
Or I think it just, like, it got so exorbitantly expensive because EDH started picking up, and it was just, like, a mythic from Zendikar that... This one...
It's just a rare.
Yeah. Well, no, it was a mythic in
Zendikar.
In Zendikar, yeah.
In original Zendikar.
Yeah.
Right.
So, Cycle Desert, because I don't need any more lands.
Ever. Little kitty. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go. I've got this hunch that this game's over. We should definitely check on our other table.
Okay. Sounds good. I just wanted to see the horses do it.
Oh look, it actually ended.
It actually ended. Okay, cool.
Jonah finally saw that the game was over.
Ooh, we got a spicy one here. So, let's get this.
Approach.
Approach. That's the word I was looking for. This is Timothy.
Time.
It's Tim. I was going to put it up as time, but I will not. Tim and his flannel being quite limber today. Lumberjacky. But this card here, Sphinx is the final word. It's a house.
No talking. The final word. Shh. All right, he's going to cast Approach of the Second Sun.
Negated. I wonder if that was the second one.
And without a Wrath, this is just not going to go well, right?
Yeah, Tim doesn't really have a Wrath. He's still got Blessed Alliances. But, like, Spencer's not attacking with this Sphinx. Because that is the one thing that, like, gets him.
If he attacks, then it dies.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he can't win.
And it has hexproof, so it's like Fumigate or Bust, right?
Yeah. Cycle my cast out. Looks like he's got a Glimmer. There's another Approach. And you can't keep jamming Approach into this, too.
He might just have to.
What, just show me another counterspell?
I mean, I see an Essence Scatter. Isn't that what that is?
There's a Brutal Expulsion. I believe he still has another negate in hand. I think it's a Aether Revolt negate.
Right.
Gideon of the Trials. Card Suite. So this is one of Tim's little techs that he's trying out, which has been pretty.
Yep, get an emblem.
Yeah, so Tim can't lose the game. It's kind of like tech against other approach decks, because they can't win with a Gideon emblem and a Gideon on the battlefield. Kind of like Tim can't win with a Sphinx the Final Word on the battlefield.
Right. That was really quite the stampede.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was.
Oh, you're a muppet. Glue that held the deck together. Yeah.
Yeah, that deck's not going anywhere. You
hey,
can
look,
still
a
play
dragon.
someone away.
Dragon can go kill this Gideon. Just fine. If it resolves.
Well, yes, Sphinx, so it will resolve.
It's instants and sorceries.
Your sorceries?
Spells can't be countered.
Okay.
So he can still counter his creatures.
And he's got to cast out.
Yeah. That's a Dargon. Ooh. Although I did see something, another spicy Zendikar card. I think it's from Oath of the Gatewatch. It is not Disallow. It is this card here.
Ah. The only issue is with Sphinx on the board, it's not going to be nearly as useful as you would like it to be.
I mean, yeah, it's all depends on where. Yeah, you're right. So but I'm going to keep it over here, waiting in the wings until it actually shows up.
Patrick's talking about Overwhelming Denial. It's a 4-mana spell that cannot be countered by spells or abilities that counters a spell. You can also use this ability called Surge. If you've cast a spell before it, then its cost is just double blue, essentially turning it into the actual card counterspell.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure most people are aware of its existence.
Which is sweet. Tim getting it from the table. I wonder if he's getting a rules question. Ah, so it looks like they might be asking a rules question on
Sphinx?
Yeah, if he tries
Sphinx
to...
up.
Yeah. Let's go Sphinx. The final word.
Word.
Like streamers. Word. Solid. Come on. Let me... Mozilla.
Come on, interwebs. Here we are, running a stream, but our internet, won't work.
Oh, it's just taking up so much bandwidth using this here. So let's pull this up. Transition. So Sphinx is the final word. It can be countered for 7 mana. Flying hexproof. Instant and sorcery spells you control can't be countered by spells or abilities. And then the other card that I saw that Tim has in hand is this Overwhelming Denial. I think that's what the judge call is for. Generally, I would be out there on the floor answering that.
So the Sphinx prevents Overwhelming Denial. It can't be countered.
Yeah, so Overwhelming Denial can't be countered. That's fine. But if he targets an instant or sorcery of Spencer's, Sphinx prevents Overwhelming Denial from working.
Right.
How he wants it to.
It stops it from working. It's not... So, Overwhelming Denial can't be countered, but what Sphinx is doing isn't countering Overwhelming Denial. Mm-hmm. It's actually keeping it from being able to counter spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can still be cast, but the spell won't get countered.
Yeah. I think that's what the... But I don't see Spencer there either. I don't know if they're talking away from the table with the judge or something.
Not sure.
Yeah. I am not sure.
But we do have a couple interesting cards to pull up and say, hey, remember these ones?
Yeah, right? No one just never saw play.
Hey, see this card that you don't know very well? Well, you don't need to know it because it's about to rotate here in a second.
Exactly.
But we'll show it to you anyway. Here's Overwhelming Denial, folks.
Yeah. 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 There's a lot of cards from this block that were just super powerful. Battle Presenter card was such a powerful set.
I've never actually thought of it that way. I felt like it was Shadows over Innistrad and Oath that had so many playable cards. Battle, looking back, it actually didn't affect this last format very much. Kind of ruled by Kaladesh and
yeah, I think we saw a lot more Battle and Oath of the Gatewatch before Kaladesh.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course. All right, they're sitting back down.
Yeah, and yeah, once Kaladesh came out, yes, we didn't see the impact of this format, but still the cards are just super powerful. Mm-hmm. So Tim's going for the approach.
Yeah, so this will get
Here's
negated.
A negate.
All right, that happens. He'll just concede.
Yeah, he's scooping. That's a cute way to counter Overwhelming Denial.
Right.
Is remanding it and returning it to... you return a spell on the stack to its controller's hand.
Yeah, whenever I think of a card that gets around something like that, I'm always looking at Summary Dismissal. Summary Dismissal exiles all spells in the stack.
Yeah. That's another card that's going away.
Yeah.
Man, Kyre.
I'm sorry, okay? Isn't that the theme of this stream? Isn't this just our last hoorah, our minute to cry about all of the cards that are gone?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. We're gonna reminisce on some sweet cards that are just going away with these dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Spencer got that one. Game 2. How's it looking?
I don't know.
Yeah? Alright, well. Back here with our ugly mugs.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, just double checking to make sure everything's gravy.
That got real bumped. You want me to fix that right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Pull that up so I can see.
Yes. Let's go. Studio.
Holy cow, that got bumped.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm going to fix the table. I'll be right back.
Sweet. Alright. So, just while Kyra's fixing that, a couple updates. We will have something sweet going on this Wednesday if you're in the area. Oh, now I have to use less effective counters like commit to memory? Yeah. That's kind of boring. Commit to memory is pretty sweet, though. Maybe we'll see like a Locust God deck. Because drawing 7 cards with a Locust God out, pretty good. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So this Wednesday is our Wacky Wednesday. It's $10 draft, 3-2-1-1 payout. We'll be doing triple gate crash this week as a way to kind of tide the time over until...
Did you hear that?
No, what happened?
All right, so what I was just told... Ooh, wow, I fixed that really, really well for the first try.
Yeah,
okay,
pretty good.
So what I learned is that with the match that we were watching, they were actually just playing for fun.
Oh, okay.
Which, sure. The approach deck won in Game 2. It was a quick 2-0 is what Tim said. I guess Spencer couldn't find his third land. And
man.
He cast his first approach when Spencer had 2 lands in play. It ended. Let's just say that. And there's a problem with that camera.
Yeah, I think you are totally right. So I think we'll make sure, for this next round, let's make sure we put the people on this one. If we haven't had any problem, we'll just watch the finals on here.
Well, we can... I could try to unplug that one if we want.
Okay.
Nah, whatever.
Whatever's clever.
Whatever's good.
But yeah, so Yoda was saying this. Now we have to use less effective counters like commit to memory.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's still a lot that Control will have.
Thursday midnight draft. Yeah, I think so. We always we always do like the midnight. Come pick up your boxes, and I think we run a draft.
You're out, my friend.
I am out. So that Larry Fitzgerald has scored 25 fantasy points this week, and I am dead.
Yep. Bye, Patrick.
Bye, Patrick.
Yeah, Thursday midnight. That sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah.
I think I'll be here on Thursday. So.
I mean, we had a long week.
Yeah.
This last week. So here in Utah, we had Salt Lake Comic Con this last weekend.
We did.
Along with the pre-release.
Mm-hmm. So
you have crazy people like me who needed to work the pre-release at midnight and all 3 days of Comic Con. Yeah. I'm still pretty dead this morning. Like, I'm just getting back to a normal sleep schedule.
I slept for like 12 hours last night.
Oh, look at you. Oh, yeah. Did you sleep through your class today then?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what? Whatever. Kyra did not sleep through his class today. He totally went to class and is a good college student.
So yeah, I was asleep.
Yeah. Nice.
I woke up and I was actually late to be here too. I was like, apparently I needed sleep bad.
Yeah.
But that's like the fun of pre-release. I know that once every 3 months, 4 times a year,
I just killed myself.
I will just stay awake for 3 days on end. And as long as I know that I'm going to do that 4 times a year, then I know to plan for it, you know?
Yeah.
And here I am. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm happy about that.
Nice. Awesome. So I wonder how much time is left in our round. I'm going to ask our lovely little Tyler. Well, I can tell that Tyler's in great pain because he has sent us a message of wubba lubba dub dub.
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, that is a Rick and Morty reference. Catchphrase. Yeah. If you're not watching that show, you really ought to watch that show.
You know, Gerlo, talking about a Thursday night draft, though, can I just say this format seems so good to draft in comparison to sealed. After doing a couple sealed deck tournaments, I was going, oh, okay, you know, like, it seems like there are a lot more playable dinosaurs than anything else, you know? And I think draft is going to really change that. Like, a lot. So I'm way more excited about the draft for this format.
Yeah, because I think you can pick up, I think what this limited environment is going to be doing is, like, if you can find your lane of, like, oh, no one's in the Merfolk deck, I'm going to pick up all these sweet Merfolk cards. Like, the synergy is just, like, that much higher.
Well, and that's another thing about this format, right? People are going... Yeah, agreed, Gerlo. Like, people are going to try to be building with these creature synergy decks. That's the way it was back in Lorwyn, and that's the way it's going to be now. But here's the difference. Back in Lorwyn, we had these changeling cards. I'm not sure how many people in our chat are very familiar with Lorwyn draft, but we had changelings that had all creature types. These cards were valuable in draft because any deck that you decided to use, whether it was Kithkin or fairies or, you know, whatever you're trying to do, goblins, these changelings can fit into your deck. Whereas we don't have those in this format. So when you look at a Merfolk that puts a +1/+1 counter on 2 different Merfolk, is that valuable at all if you are in a dinosaurs or a vampire deck?
Not at all.
Not even a little bit. Therefore, this card's going to wield to the Merfolk player, and that does make a really interesting draft format because dinosaurs is what everybody wants to be in. They're the most powerful cards, but they also have the most individual value of any creatures in the set, meaning that if you are on a, you know, Grixis Pirate deck, or if you are on a Merfolk deck, you have a couple slots that don't have to be Merfolk, right?
You can play some dinosaurs.
You can play some dinosaurs. So people are gonna take dinosaurs, but they're not gonna take all the weak little Merfolks that you would want for your Merfolk deck, or pirate, or vampire, or whatever you're playing.
You might even get some, like, this set also doesn't have any masterpieces, so there's, like, the value on cards isn't going to be
like, lower. You think it'll be a little higher?
Yeah, I think it'll be a little higher.
Card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you might even get past some, like, even some rares, like you're in vampires and someone passes you Marvin Fane. You're just like, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yoink.
Yeah, it's like where else are you going to play that? All right, so I was just able to hear that pairings are going up for our next round.
Going oop.
So excited. So yeah, this makes me excited about the draft format because I don't think we're typically used to seeing draft formats like this. Most cards are used for their individual value or their synergy with specific abilities, whereas this format, specific abilities are also on, matter what creatures you're playing. Oh my goodness. Guys, we are about to watch Approach versus...
Can we get that, before they get too set, can we get that straightened up on the Ruby side?
Yeah. Let's go up and a little to the left.
Guys, guess what? We get to watch a little bit of horsepower! I kind of had a little bit of crazy eye there for just a second, but it's okay. Let me fix the... Let's see. Oh! You have a code, right? 1 second. I'm going to do this little magic trick where I disappear and go let Kyra in the room. Because I can't remember his code. 1 moment. Don't you have a code?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you make me just get up and, like, come and get you and welcome you back in. Oh, well, welcome to the stream, Kyre.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I can't remember my code.
Thank you for joining us.
Did I get that fixed up at least a little decently?
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to watch this one.
Yeah, I'm excited about this match.
Yeah, because we didn't really get to see Approach this last time around, and Keith's in the finals. They're both 2-0, so...
We see some horses, and...
Who wasn't excited for the matchup? Was it who? Like, I heard someone yelling,
Keith
like, no.
said that. Keith said that. So I look at him and I go, by the way, I'm pretty excited about this matchup. And Keith and here's Tim going, yeah. And here's Keith going, no.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't think this is a great matchup for Keith, but there's so much cool stuff.
Yeah. This just the casual Approach falling off the top of Tim's library. Also, we gotta teach Tim how to shuffle. This is one thing that we keep telling him about. He shuffles and he like puts his library towards his opponent as he's like bridging this way.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've told him multiple times. I'm like, you're showing your opponent what you're on.
Yeah, that way they have information before, like, about your deck in game one.
Right.
Before they can like make an error.
You don't really want them to be able to keep or not keep a hand before.
Yeah.
Like
before knowing
for game one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, in a small environment like this, it's not probably not too big of a deal. I bet you Keith knew that Tim was on Approach.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be fair. Tim's rounds go to time.
They do.
So, if a horse aggro deck is just like punching face and wrecking people, then he's got some time to walk around and see that, you know, oh, Tim's on Approach.
Right.
So, Keith playing around the sensor here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Aeronauts, huh?
Yeah. I think it's gift. Yeah. I thought it was aerial responder.
Oh, maybe. Aerial responder? Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm not sure I'm spelling that right.
Look at you. You were close.
I was so close. There he is.
Responder. We've got a 3-mana, 2/3 Flying Vigilance lifelink.
He's a dwarf soldier.
He's a dwarf. Strictly less cute than Kithkin, but we'll take it.
Whatever, they still have great beards.
They do have better beards than Kithkin. Yeah, you'd be biased.
Yeah, that's true. So Tim Glimmers, as far as where he put them, did not get to peek at that. Tim just has all these cards in hand and he doesn't know what to do with them.
I mean, do we ever?
Yeah. Tim just using gain 4 life mode.
He didn't want to have to discard? Yeah, he didn't want to have to discard.
He didn't want to discard. Oh my gosh.
That's probably better than discarding.
Wow.
If I'm Keith, that's a win.
Yeah. It means he can only have like one piece of interaction up.
Ah, Lone Rider.
Lone Rider. He might even play his life gain spell just to transform the Lone Rider.
Yeah.
Attack you for 2. I go to 24. Let's play who can gain the most life. Yep, there it is. I'm going to try and gain 4. Nope.
I'd actually be super tempted. Looking at Tim's position, I'd be so tempted to actually dig for a Fumigate instead of...
He's got one in hand. He doesn't need to.
Oh, okay. See, yes, but like I'd dig for like more gas instead of countering that. Like why did he counter that and then Fumigate?
Yeah, I don't like that. You know, like seeing that he has a Fumigate. Yeah. Ooh, aerial responder number dose. And it's the Felidar Sovereign. Here's my win the game thing.
Yeah, see, in the other matchup, this card just is going to destroy it. Whereas in this one, it's like, okay, this is prime cast out target, or Or it'll get caught in a Fumigate later, or Blessed Alliance will take care of it.
Yeah.
This isn't a scary card for Tim at the moment. I could see this being a scary card once Keith has more than 40 life, then tries to cast it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Horsey. All right, and now it's a little scarier.
Here's an aerial responder. Glimmer in response. I don't like that so much.
No, I think this is good.
I guess he still has the
Blessed
Alliance, so he has some interaction with it. But did he attack? He didn't attack. So he was playing around the Blessed Alliance.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to make him cast Fumigate, which is dangerous because he really is just one shot. Okay. Oh, he had it. Never mind. There it is.
Tim just sorting out his mana. It almost looked like a scoop for like half a second.
I know.
But he's not doing that.
Nope. Yeah, and now we've got Keith on one card. This is the best possible spot for Tim to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig. Probably another Supreme Will. Yeah, nothing else there was too exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And you think he's got an approach in hand? Nope, just a bunch of interaction.
3 cast outs, is that what I saw?
Yeah.
Or is it 2 cast outs in a Blessed Alliance?
I think it's 2 cast outs in a Blessed Alliance.
Okay.
Cycle Sensor. There's a Hieroglyphic Illumination. I'll draw him a couple cards. Let's see, I think you drew a horse. So I think you attack with your Glorybound Initiate, see if it gets through. Probably won't. Yep. There's a Blessed Alliance, and there's a horse.
Yeah, I would cast this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get rid of that now.
I don't even want to have to deal.
Yeah, Tim's pretty far ahead.
He's got so many more cards.
He does.
You can just sit back and say go. Nothing you do matters. Doesn't land. Scavenger Grounds.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot. I mean, it shuts down Torrential Gearhulk, but
Tim doesn't play Torrential Gearhulk.
Oh, is he not playing any?
No.
Oh, I thought most approach decks play like 2.
No.
Oh, okay.
Approach is the win con, so that's when like.
All right. Well, he's gonna draw 2 there and draw 2 here. Okay. Finds a couple more lands. Looks like he's found enough that he'll cycle a couple.
It's so many cards.
No, he hasn't even located one of his approach yet. So kind of unfortunate that he's stalling in a winning position, right?
You're on 4 approaches in your deck? Yeah, that's pretty standard nowadays. Like, when approach is the win con, you play all 4 of them in this type of control deck.
I'd be a little tempted to run 3, but I can agree.
Cycling doesn't actually get you down on cards. You have to discard something, probably. How many cards you got there, Kim? I think we can hear the players. I think they're pretty animated. I think I just got a boom out of Keith.
No, I think it's the other match.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the other match is going on as well.
Ah, okay.
We'll look at Supreme Will.
Glimmer, land, glare. Yeah, just take the glimmer, because trying to dig for that approach. To save our life. Interesting.
I love the name that Yoda Muppet found for this deck, though. Horsepower.
Oh, he's just got too much horsepower, and I didn't think about that, but I was like, yeah, I'll just run with this. That sounds like a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mono white horsepower. Boom.
Aha! Ladies and gentlemen, we found an approach of the Second Sons. Can Tim cast it?
Found it. Yep, he gets to cast it, and then he gets the hieroglyphic illumination. Draw 2 cards.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Overtapping here.
Yeah, he is overtapping. That's funny. Or did he play a tapped land?
No, he's overtapping. He played a basic.
Okay.
What's that Glimmer do? And she'll just kind of chill in there. It's not a permanent yo.
This reminds me of when people play Legacy. They play their Brainstorm, and the Brainstorm just chills there for the entire turn. It happens with that card and, like, no others.
Yeah.
I want to play this Glimmer.
Now, something else Tim has here is, what? He's stealing their other dice? Get out of here,
Jeez,
Tim.
What a jerk.
They're using that. What? Because you're in the finals rounds that you get to...
You're important now?
Psycho cast out. So Tim has this nifty little black die here that's counting down the number of cards he is away from his approach.
Cycle.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting way to keep track of it for you, unless you don't change it.
Right.
And also, like, it's a counter of impending doom for your opponent.
Yep. So now he's only a couple cards away. Oh, look, and one was between. So we're gonna cast Approach. Ta-da!
Ding. Mono white. There's no mono white counter spells in Standard.
Nope.
There's a couple in Modern, but they wouldn't get him out of that one. So we're gonna call this game for Tim. Nope. What the heck? Round.
Yeah.
Tim 1. Keith 0. Yeah, so I think this matchup is pretty bad for Keith.
Yep.
He's made to beat like creature decks, and this is definitely not a creature deck. I don't think Tim sideboards at all. He might bring in 15 cards and bring the exact same 15 out.
He could probably bring in a little bit more removal.
Okay.
If he has exile effects, it wouldn't be the worst, just due to the fact that Keith has some embalming things and some longevity in that way.
Mm-hmm.
If you could shut that down, then that might be worth bringing in.
Yeah, that's interesting. If you do have like embalming things, if you're willing to play like the Scavenger Grounds.
So if I'm Keith, I'm bringing in Planeswalkers. And I do this with Control a lot. I like to bring in cards that say, hey, if you don't answer this, the game's going to be over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tim probably isn't going to board out any cast outs. There's no reason to. They're the perfect card for his deck.
Mm-hmm.
But Gideons, I imagine we're going to see some Gideons. But really, this is the cards that are underwhelming to me. The aerial responders, meh.
Sacred Cat, kind of meh.
I kind of like Sacred Cat. It doesn't do a ton, but it doesn't demand removal, so it's going to get in some free damage.
Okay, sure. Like
but Lone Rider, I don't like at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Sacred Cat has a little bit of inevitability, like it can come back.
Right.
Eat a removal spell when he does decide to do that, and it does kind of just chip away.
Mm-hmm.
Raven Inspector has been another card that is just rotating out of Standard that is just like super good against Control.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that Keith was right to be afraid of this matchup.
Yeah.
It's not particularly great. That, and he doesn't have any good ways to interact with Approach.
Yeah, there's no way in mono white to do that. You've got to set, a few things. Now, a mono white deck that does have a little bit of game against Approach is actually the White Eldrazi deck.
Yes.
Because you have stuff like Thought-Knot Seer, and Eldrazi displays here that you can like continually blink.
And hit their hand.
Yeah, and tear apart their hand, exactly. So, but this is a different deck than that.
I would love to see a deck that was actually good about anticipating the next one and just like purposefully mill your opponent over it. I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, like a God Pharaoh's Gift deck that's just kind of waiting around until they cast Approach, and then like once they've drawn a couple cards, like mill them so that it mills their Approach into the graveyard with the Rivulet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wonder if there are any good Explorer cards that would be good in Tim's deck, because that seems like another ability that's just kind of pushing through their deck. I guess it's only if they hit a land, but
yeah, there's a white because you can put the top card into your graveyard.
Oh yeah,
and put the plus on counter.
It can always dig.
Yeah, you can keep it there or just move it down. So that is kind of interesting. I think some of the Explorer cards like that, will have high toughness in white. If there is any like that, which is pretty good against aggressive decks for Tim.
Yeah. I'd need to actually look at the cards to know if any of them would be good, but yeah, this is a deck that's not going anywhere.
Oh, what is that card doing in your deck? I would have boarded that out so quickly.
He forgot to board that out, or I have no idea why that card's there.
Yeah.
Tim's probably looking at this and going, okay,
yep, sweet.
That is A-okay with me. Yeah, let's just censor that. It seems great.
Yeah.
And here comes the cat.
Meow.
The cat be getting in.
This cat's out of the bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here's Gideon.
Yeah, that cat doesn't look very good anymore.
Yep. Plus up on your cat. It doesn't matter what you do.
Nope.
Looks like Keith's missing land drops. Oh no. That's not what we wanted.
Yeah, we might see a really fast concession from Keith if he continues to miss land drops.
So I'll show you an irrigated farmland with my port town. That's another thing we're losing. We're losing these sweet show me lands.
Yep. And
our tangos.
And our tangos. I think the lands we're getting are better. Just saying.
Interesting. Okay, so Keith did hit his other land drop.
Yes.
Plays his 3-mana 2/3. Sends one at Tim. At Gideon.
Yep.
Okay.
So I was sitting next to Tim while he was playing some casual games with this deck. And he was explaining to me that he didn't really like the Westfell Abbey in the deck, and I looked at him and I said, "Why? It's like another win con." And he goes, "You actually think I'm going to get to Ormondal?" And I look at him and I go, "Your opponent's board out all their removal. I'm not saying that you're going to get there, but I'm saying like it's possible."
It's not a non-zero chance.
And as I mentioned this, he actually gets to a point in his match where that seems to be the right way to go. And he wins with Ormondal, and he's just laughing the whole time, and I'm like, you should take that out.
Yeah.
Oh, it was really funny.
Do this sarcastic, like, yeah, no, I don't think that card's pretty good. You should take it out.
Yeah, you should take it out. It's not great.
Laugh a rockstar voice.
I mean, he's going to end up taking it out anyway because it's rotating, but...
Yeah. That's another card. Ormondal wrecked people.
At the beginning, when it first came out, it tore people up.
Like that mono-white humans deck?
Mm-hmm.
And still in Monument, too. Monument still sees a bit of play.
Yeah, and you remember the Abzan tokens deck, too? It was so good with that card with, like, Cryptolith, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of fell out of favor.
Didn't Riley try and play a lot of that later in Standard as well?
Yeah, he did well. He said he went 3-1 or better every tournament he played.
That's awesome.
So.
Fumigate? Smell Fumigate. Hey, Fumigate.
No, kitty. Come back. Yeah, and that's another thing I told him as I was talking to him about Gideon, and I said, you know, you can just win with Gideon. You realize that this is a card that
for 4 every turn.
That, you know, why not? These are just gonna get fumigated.
Does he have another one?
Yeah.
He has another one.
That's fumigate hit for 4. And then once he's a little closer to out of gas, then we just go like cast out, hit for 4.
He's like, another one?
Oh, and another one.
And another one.
And another one.
And another one. Smash for 4. Remember when Gideon the Trials was like super hyped up to be like this amazing card that was going to break standard?
I could not believe it. You remember too. You remember me talking about it. I was like, yeah, this card's not fantastic. I assume that it will have places here and there. But when it first came out, boy, was it hyped up, and I was just looking at this card going...
People were losing their collective minds, like, oh, Gideon of the Trials!
I can't lose.
I can't lose. Is that Solemnity?
Yeah.
Just, like, funny board? Like...
just board in his whole side. What does Solemnity do in this matchup?
Doesn't do anything. So players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands.
I can't think of anything that Tim uses that would matter.
I think he's just like trolling. Like,
yeah.
This matchup is so horrendous for him that he's just gonna like bring in all his bad cards and just fold.
I don't think I could bring like I
couldn't bring myself to do it.
It's actually against my religion to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've won too many matches.
Okay,
I
so he's got to cast out. Tim's kind of tapped out right now, so he can just cast out this Gideon.
Yep.
Get himself out of just like, oh, I'm dead to
damage
game.
Yeah. And now Tim actually does need to cast this.
This other approach to win the game.
Yeah. Which I think he has in his hand.
Does he have another one?
He has another Gideon.
Oh. Well, that's nice. Yeah, it's totally a Solemnity.
Yeah, he's looking at Solemnity going, this doesn't stop my Planeswalker from having counters, so I think I'm safe to play this. Yep. Hey, look, Gideon the Trials. It is a little surprising that Tim opts to play with Gideon the Trials over Ally of Zendikar. I feel like Ally of Zendikar is just so powerful. Yeah,
making 2/2s is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think he just is really in love with not being able to lose the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he feels like he can control the board and like make sure that Gideon doesn't take any damage, impulse and response.
Oh, hey, look! I found this here.
Look what I impulse for. I'm gonna put it on the stack.
I'm gonna cast it. All right, that's it, friends.
Yep.
So let's take a look at our backup match.
Yeah.
After approach 1 handily.
Oh, it looks like they're about to get started too. So we'll go over right here.
Get rid of that border.
What? What border? No? Hold on.
This one.
Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Fixed it. Okay.
Fixed it. All right. So this is Spencer.
Get off studio mode. You're still on this one. You need to go studio.
Oh, just do this.
Yeah, that works.
So
we've got Josh on Sultai. Gonna see this Reanimator deck another time. I actually will probably, when I walk out of this studio after this stream tonight, this is the deck that I want to look at because first off, he's got a super cool mat and he's playing a super cool deck on the mat. This is a guy I need to talk to.
Josh is a guy you need to talk to. He's pretty flavorful. Plays a lot of weird stuff, but like it always seems to work for him. Like, he knows what he's doing, and he's good at what he does.
This is also the guy in our store that will bring his dog to the store every once in a while.
Chuka's the best.
Just so his little poodle can hang out with Alton's dog during the day.
And he'll just come play just a big game of Commander.
Yep. And his dog just plays with the other dog in the store.
Yeah, they entertain themselves.
Yeah.
Just shift? Oh, you just moved this.
Just use the arrows.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know, isn't that a great thing?
All right.
Okay.
We're there. We're live.
Ah, yeah.
Ooh, glint sleeve siphoner.
Against a control deck, this seems fantastic.
Oh,
and
yeah. Because they just board out their magma sprays, right? Like, you're playing things that are bigger than that.
What does magma spray really hit?
In all fairness, it does exile the Scarab God. If you block him with the Transfer Gear Hulk and you hit it with a magma spray, it gets it out of their graveyard, and it can't come back. It permanently takes care of that. So that is a plus.
It is a plus. However, I feel like Spencer's not too scared of Scarab God, just due to the fact that they can counter it. Countering Scarab God seems to be the best thing to do to it.
Yeah. All right, so Josh is going to try a Glimmer. Seeing if Spencer will bite. He's got a bunch of counters. It looks like he will. He's going to censor it. So if Spencer draws a land, or if Josh draws another land this next turn, he can just slam the Scarab God without fear of getting it countered. If he's got it. There's an Ether Hub. I see another Siphoner in hand. But there he is. Good old Scarab Godarino. Attack trigger. Yeah, isn't it a 3-1 or a 2-1?
2-1.
Oh, okay. Ether Hub for Spencer. We'll see what he decides to do here. Looks like he's got a lot of counter spells and a Gear Hulk. But no actual, like, way to interact with the board. So he's going to impulse, trying to find a land.
Yeah, he finds 2. So,
yeah,
should be able to do what he wants this next turn.
Yeah, he's debating whether he wants to take the mountain or the fetid pools. I think you take the fetid pools here, because you're not really representing anything else.
Well, looks like he took the mountain.
Okay. Did he not play it?
No, I think... I think he already played his land.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay, because Josh is on the play.
Right. Another glint sleeve siphoner. Okay. So now Spencer's in trouble unless he's left in some of his Hour Devastations and maybe a Sweltering Suns, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this board's gross, especially if the Scarab God gets to eternalize some of these glint sleeve siphoners.
Well, this is attack for lethal on this turn.
Oh,
and two of the creatures are menace. So
yeah, Gearhulk just doesn't do it here.
No.
You got a counterspell?
Yep.
Okay. And there's a handshake. So I think Josh took that one down.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing, like, if I had to say there's, like, one thing that Josh kind of, like, specializes in is playing control decks and playing against control decks.
Okay. That's a good thing to be good at.
Like, yeah, he finds... He's good at, like, figuring out what's important to counter and, like, good at, like, picking his spot.
Right.
On that, so...
Well, awesome.
Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. That will conclude...
That will conclude this entire format of Standard.
I know, right? It's we get to say so long, Alvida saying goodbye to Battle for Zendikar block and Shadows of Innistrad.
You've been good to us, or not.
But either way, we'll see you next Monday with Dinosaurs, Pirates, and Merfolk. Maybe.
And vampires.
And vampires. Who knows? Who knows what we'll see in this new format?
Yeah, we really don't.
But
we might see cats. We might just see cats.
Cats are sweet. Anyways, huge thank you to Paragon City Games, sponsor of the stream. Great place to come and play if you're in the Salt Lake Provo area. We're right in the middle in Draper on 123rd South. Address is right there.
On the screen.
On the screen. Come check us out. We got tons of play space and a podcast studio for rent if you want to create content, stuff like that. So, cheers, Young Muppet. Hail Heroes. Have a great evening. Good night.
Thanks, guys.